Hi everyone, I'm Zaben. Today I'm basically using those videos I'm doing that I'm putting on YouTube as my diaries, or the way in which I can speak through to myself, in a sense, right? To that self I have that would like to hear me. So what I'm experiencing today is I'm in a place where I need to make a decision, right? And I need to figure out the decision I'm about to make. Is it due to fear? Am I being fear-driven? Or is it an inspired emotion? Now I know that there's a clear difference between the both. Although it's clear, it's also very subtle. So as I sit here and brainstorm, what I'm starting to understand is there's the fear of, oh my God, am I going to miss out on something? Am I seeing it correctly? Do I need to do this even though it's something that I had walked away from some time ago, a few months ago? But there's like this thing that is, there's this a version of me saying, what if this is the thing you're supposed to do? What if this is going to help you into that higher dimension that you've always wanted? What if you're not seeing clearly? What if in a few years from now you want to do it and you've already spent the money and they're not giving you back the money? That's interesting. There's no refund. There's no refund for me leaving that thing I was doing. That in itself is interesting. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right in any form. But yeah, so there I go. So there's a part of me that's all like in this worry space, like, will I miss out? Is there, will I not be part of something? Is there something in it for me that I'm not seeing and I'm just being stubborn? And as I talk to you, I'm recognizing now that that's a version of me that is afraid of missing out, afraid of taking the wrong decisions, afraid that they had taken a wrong decision. And now there's another version of me that's saying, it just doesn't feel right. There's nothing to miss out. It's stick by that initial intuition where you said, I can't do this anymore. There's that internal dialogue that's saying, do nothing and let it go. And so that's the fine line of like, am I being driven by like self-doubt? Like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Maybe I can do it this way. Maybe I can change it around to fix it for me this way. Maybe I can get the most out of it. Maybe I've taken the wrong decision. Now I know when I go into that tangent where I'm a little bit doubting because every time I think about it, as in, oh my God, I'm going to step into that again, my heart clenches, my heart goes, oh, it feels heavy, it doesn't feel right. And yet when I think of just, you know what, forget it, it's going to pass, because there's like this deadline that I have to meet and make a decision, right? It's gonna pass, and after it passes, that I allow the deadline to pass, I'm gonna feel relieved. I'm gonna feel relieved. I'm gonna feel relieved. So it's like, what I do is I sit with different parts of me, right? With the different possibilities, and I see what I feel during this. Like, if I say yes, how does it feel? Why would I say yes? What is making me say yes? And is yes the best answer for me? And then I feel, and immediately I get those feelings. And however, you need to understand your own feelings, right? But the feeling I'm talking about of this fear of missing out on something, of being wrong, of doubting that decision I had taken, and trying to figure out, oh, did I take that decision because I was in a bad place? Did I take that decision, And just going there doesn't feel, it feels very intense, it feels heavy, it feels feels effortful. It feels like I have to make a decision right now or life will pass. And in knowing that, I know that that is not the decision I need to make, because it feels rushed, it feels desperate from my end. It doesn't feel peaceful and truthful and kind. The other version sounds more kind. It's more of, you'll never miss anything that is not meant for you. Like, what is meant for you, you will always have. You will always step into. And just trust the process. Go with what you initially felt and what you stepped away from and said no to. And trust it. You may not know why now, but trust it. Trust the unfolding of that. And the scary part, and I know you all resonate with this, is trusting that unknown. And wanting to go back to that comfort zone, which may not have felt comfortable at all, actually felt frazzling and out of whack and incorrect and just was like electrifying your insides. So I feel that I've resolved. Thank you, Rain, for having this interaction of freedom that I can offer myself, which I know resonates with so many people, on how to distinguish the difference between when we're about to make a decision. Is it a fear-based and I'm missing out, the fear of missing out? Am I wrong? Am I in doubt? Like all this stuff that shows up, like, but I want to be part of a group. But can I do it alone? Oh, but I'm so bored. But for all the wrong reasons. And there's this other side saying, in such a kind way, like, just follow through with what you chose and trust that it is unfolding for you in the best possible way. Something else is showing up. There's something better for you. And it's that gentle voice that the other voice overpowers. And it's that gentle voice that needs to be heard. And we can only hear it once we speak to that really loud voice, the desperate voice, the oh my God voice, and say, well, why? What will you get out of this? What is it that you need, right? What are you so afraid of, right? And once that uncovers, you're like, oh, interesting. That's what I'm afraid of. Well, do I want to do something because I'm afraid of missing out on something? Or do I want to do something because I feel inspired to do it? I would rather trust myself and trust the unknown next step, right? To trust the divine to take care of things, to trust that initial harsh intuition that came, that got me out of something. Or do I want to go through the suffering of experiencing it at a much worse degree, so that then I can say, well, I was right all along, right? And I think I've learned my lesson long enough, and I've experienced this for long enough in my life to come to terms with the fact that it's okay for me to follow the path of least resistance, the one that doesn't have my mental jabber coming in and telling me nonsense about myself, and knowing that I can trust that more than anything else, because it's always proven me right. Always, no matter how many years later, it's always proven me right. This is what I wanted to share with you. I hope it was helpful for you as it has been for me. I feel resolved. I hope this has resolved your ways of doing things. So step number 1 is make sure to talk to the voice that's really loud. Ask it, why do I want this? What is the fear? Is there a fear? What is the fear? What is my concern? What are my doubts? Clear that up. And then decide from there what path feels better for you. Which path you would rather experience, right? But it needs to come from a peaceful place internally. From a place of, not because you're afraid, but because you want to trust yourself, the process of life, and the universal wisdom. So take care, and I'll see you at another episode. Bye.